Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I have been wanting to do a Q&A for a while, but once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I decided that perfect timing. So I asked the question box on Instagram, and I had some questions on another video and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but before I do, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below if you are new and join the family. We're growing every day, y'all. We're growing every day. All right, so I am going to start on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, here is my handle. You should follow me on Instagram. I post probably too much on Instagram, but you know what? It's okay. And I made a question box, so I might do these every so often now, depending on like how much growth I have. I might do more Q&As depending to like, you know, introduce yourself kind of situations. But I guess this should be sort of an introduction. So my name is Ashley. I live in Germany right now. I'm from Texas. I was born and raised in Texas. My husband and I got married about 2 years ago, and we lived in Colorado at Fort Carson for about 1.5 years before we moved over here to Germany. So he's in the military, he's in the army. I don't know if I said that already. So yeah, that pretty much sums up everything you need to know. Maybe I can answer some of these questions and you'll get to know me a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question that I have is, what do you do for work? What's your degree in? So if you probably haven't been around for this long, but I've been making YouTube videos for a long time, 3 years. I graduated from the University of Houston in December of 2018 with a history degree, and I got obviously a history major and a religious studies minor. So that's everything I got it in. When I was in Colorado, I was working as a substitute teacher. The next question is, what made you start your YouTube channel? Honestly, I have loved YouTube for like years, like as long as I can remember. I've been watching YouTube videos. So I've always thought to myself that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I don't know, I wanted to share my life. I felt like I had something to offer, so I decided to go ahead and start my channel. I started my channel actually as a makeup channel. I kind of went away from making makeup videos because I got more into like making more vlogs and like lifestyle, more military videos, stuff like that. So that is why I started my channel, or like what made me start my channel. The next question is, what are your goals for your channel? My new goal might sound like a big jump to anyone, but when you start your channel, any goal is like a big jump because you start at 0. So now that I've hit 1,000, my new goal is 10,000. I don't have a timeline for it. I don't want to like set myself up for failure, basically. I haven't been doing this many by this date and all this stuff because I kind of did that at the beginning of making my channel, and it just was discouraging to not grow as much as you want to. So my new goal is 10,000. Whenever I hit that, it'll be a great day. That is my new goal for my channel. I really want to create a community of people that are in similar situations as me, and kind of like have people to talk to, have people to connect with. Military life is a lot of moving around, a lot of making new friends, a lot of friends coming in and out of your life. So I really wanted to have something that I can take with me everywhere and it be like my community. So one of the questions was just like kids. How do you feel about kids? Do you want kids? When do you want kids? That kind of thing. And Jake and I are young, like we're still very young. I'm 23, he's 24. So I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. I know that this question can be kind of controversial, and as of right now, it does not bother me to be asked when we're having kids, because our family doesn't really ask. We don't get any pressure from our family at all and from our friends. So it's not a question that I get annoyed about because we don't get asked it very often. But yeah, not for a long time. We definitely don't want kids while we're in Germany, so at least for another couple of years. So yeah, that's all I have to say about kids, is not anytime soon. And if my face tells you anything, not anytime soon. One of the questions is, what is your theme for this year? So I don't have a theme, but I do have a word. I mean, I guess it's like sort of the same thing, but I will link that video here of like when I talked about my goals for this year. So my word for the year is balance. I feel like it can be used in so many different like aspects of life, with finances, balance, with my faith, balance. With working out, balance. With my mental health, balance. With Jake and I's marriage, balance. It's just a very great word for the rest of the year. So that's what I'm hoping for this year, is a lot of balance, a lot of understanding that, you know, it doesn't always have to be one way or the other. Finding the middle ground. Balance is a big part of my life, and I really strive to be very balanced, well-rounded, you know, open-minded. So that is my theme or word of the year. The next question is, do y'all plan on moving back to the States soon? So no, because if you're not military, then the easiest way for me to explain it is we get put different places every couple of years, depending on situation. So for the most part, we will be in certain places for 2 to 3, maybe 4 years at a time. So we will be in Germany for about 3 years before we move back, maybe to the States, maybe somewhere else. We don't know. The next question is, where would you like to settle, or would you like to settle? So obviously one day we will settle, but as long as Jake is in the military, we will not be settled, kind of. My one goal for if we do get to go back to the States in the next couple of years is to buy a house. Whether we end up living there after he gets out of the military or not, I really would like to buy a house to have that as an investment property, but I'm hoping that we can stay here for a while. Yes, we would like to settle eventually. I am really enjoying not being settled right now. What is something you've always wanted to try but have been scared to? Teaching. I really want to try it, but I'm not really like in a place where I feel like I could put my, here's the thing, weird explanation. I originally went to college to become a teacher, and then I went from elementary education to middle level education to history, because in history you can teach high school. And I don't know why I went from like babies to, okay, not babies, but elementary to high school. I just like felt like I would make more of an impact of who I am and what I am passionate about. So whenever I got married to Jake, or we were together and I knew we were getting married, I kind of didn't finish my student teaching. I didn't start it or finish it, which would be my last semester of school, because I knew that I was moving to Colorado, and then, you know, eventually we'd be moving somewhere else, and it was just like a lot to, you know, move around a whole lot and get my certifications, a whole, like different places and all that kind of stuff. And as a substitute teacher, I really enjoyed being a substitute teacher and not having to be there every day. But I would one day, maybe, it's still in the back of my mind that maybe I'll become a teacher one day. What is something you're really proud of? My husband. I swear every single day I tell him I'm so proud of him. He is such an inspiration to me. He is one of the most hardworking, caring, joyful people I've ever met in my life. Thank God I married him, because wow, God knew how much I needed him. But he is just like the best human being ever. I love him so much, if you can't tell. He recently got promoted. He is in college. He is kicking butt. I just love him so much, so I'm very proud of him. Favorite thing about Houston, Colorado, and now Germany. So Houston is where we are originally from. Colorado is where we moved before this, and now we live in Germany. Favorite thing about Houston is my family is there. Not in Houston, but half of my family is there. Jake's family's there, and my family is about 2.5 hours away from Houston now. So family and friends, that's really it. I don't love Houston. I don't really want to move back ever. I just can't see myself moving back there. I don't know why, I just can't. Favorite thing about Colorado? Everything. When I say everything, I mean everything but the snowy roads. That's the one thing that I can't get behind with Colorado, is the way they handle snowy roads. It's so different from how it is here. I don't like driving in snow, but there it's like slush and like scary black ice stuff. Here it hasn't been like that, so I definitely like everything, literally everything about Colorado except snowy roads. Favorite thing about Germany is the fact that we can go so many places. There's so much history here, and in Europe in general. People do things so differently here. I feel like my whole life, like my mindset of life, has changed so much since living here. I value different things more living here. I love it here. And when I'm healthy mentally and happy. I would not want to be anywhere else, and I could see myself living here forever. Jake would hate me saying that, but I love it here. Maybe it's just that I don't like Houston, you know, every other place has just been better, but I would definitely move back to Colorado, and I would definitely move back here or live here longer than we're planning to, if we can. I love everything, but mainly I think the historical aspect of living here. The weather is so nice. There's so many things I love about it here. I'm just really happy here. I love living here. When I was growing up, I was always super homesick. This is like going on a tangent, but I was always super homesick. I would hate going to spend the night at my friends' houses. I always felt trapped, and that's like the best example I can use, but I have loved Colorado and I have loved living in Germany, and there are times definitely here more than Colorado where I've been kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go home, but overall I really, really love it. And I feel like it's because of Jake, but literally anywhere he goes, I'm going, and I'll be happy anywhere because he makes every situation so happy and so positive, and he's always like the one person out of everyone to be like, yeah, this sucks, but like, what about this? And what about that? And like, you know, he's the best. So, do you have a hidden talent? No, I feel like well, maybe I do, I don't know, I can't think of anything, but I feel like I'm moderately good at the most random things. Like, I don't know, this is not supposed to be like a bashing on myself, like it's actually a good thing, but it sounds like a bad thing, but I feel like there are so many things in life that I'm like moderately talented at instead of like actually talented. So my husband and I are PCSing to Fort Carson in May. What are some tips for PCSing to Carson? Winter gear, get you some boots, get you some coats, or like one nice coat, invest in a good coat, get you some beanies, prepare for that, but also get some good hiking shoes or like tennis shoes. Drink a whole lot of water when you get there because the elevation like can really get you. I don't know. In May, it's gonna be beautiful, probably a little warm, but like beautiful. Get outside as much as you can. You will never be able to get to Colorado's full potential if you don't go outside and go hiking or go on a trail or go wherever. There's literally so many. So that is probably my #1 tip, is like make sure you get all the good gear to go outside, some jackets, some good shoes, and explore. Rate the bases you stayed at 1 to 10. So like I said earlier, I guess that kind of goes with one of the earlier questions, but Fort Carson's probably my favorite just because right now with COVID, we can't do much at all. So how I feel about Germany will probably come with time, but right now, especially where we're stationed at, I would consider it probably a 7 out of 10. Colorado, 10 out of 10. Could not convince me otherwise. Anyone who knows me personally knows I'm obsessed. Love Colorado, would go back there in a heartbeat. What is my dream job? You're looking at it. My dream job is YouTube. I was really scared to say that at first. I felt like I came up with all these different career paths, and obviously this is not something that's gonna be a career for a very long time, but that is my dream job. If I could do this and make money to sustain us and like our lifestyle and just, I don't know, help with extra money and stuff, I would do it. I am doing it. So yeah, this is my dream job. I would love to do this for a living. Do you enjoy living on base, or do you wish you could live off base? 150% I wish I could live off post, because that does scare me to think that I could live like in a different country off post and not really be in our little America, is what I like to call it. But living on post is just so I'm not gonna talk trash, promise, but it's just not my favorite. How is the transition of being military? From my perspective, being military spouse, it was a big difference. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, military life is a lot different, and I feel like a lot of people I've heard talk about this have been like, oh no, it's not really that different, but like it is. It's very different. There's a lot of things that you do on a daily basis as a military spouse that would never happen in civilian life. So it was a big difference, but I did a lot of research because I am a nerd and I would do that. But I did a lot of research on what acronyms are and, you know, like what I should know and things like that. And I also talked to my husband, obviously, because some of the things you see online are like so beyond exaggerated. So I think I just really tried hard to like get involved not get involved, I wouldn't say get involved, but like submerge myself into this lifestyle and like learn about it, understand what it means to do this and this, and understand the flexibility of it. I got married to my husband while he was in the military already, so I knew that getting married to him meant we aren't gonna live in a certain place for like another 15 years. We aren't going to be able to see our family all the time. You know, I kind of like knew what I was getting into, so it was a big change in my life compared to civilian life, but it has been so fun. I love it. I don't want Jake to get out anytime soon. Like, he's not planning on it, but it's so stable for us, and I just really appreciate that. So that was my long-winded answer of that. Where is one place you and your husband want to visit once travel ban is lifted? Travel ban is in like completely gone. Italy, England, Austria, Switzerland, like literally everywhere around here, but mostly Italy. I miss Italy so much. I've gone there two or three times, and with my family, like back in the day, and I just love it so much. Italy is like one of my favorite countries of all time. I will always recommend Italy to people when they're asking where to travel. But recently I've also wanted to go to Scotland and England and where else? Switzerland and Austria. Austria is literally right there, and I can't go because of the travel ban. So lots of places, but those are my top ones that are like on my brain right now. Have you learned any German, or are you learning German while we're here? Yes, ich lerne, aber ich bin nicht gut. I am trying really hard. I know quite a bit, like wo ist der Bahnhof, you know, like little things like that. I know actually quite a bit, but I'm so weird about it. I don't like speaking it like as much as I know, because like we'll go places and I can fully order stuff on my own and whatever, but Jake always kind of like just sprechen Sie English, and so I'm like, well, there goes my opportunity. So I always tell him, like, make sure you push me and say go order in German, see how you can do it. But I always get so nervous. So I have learned German, but I'm struggling to actually practice it, we'll say. Assuming all COVID restrictions lift in the next 3 months or so, what are you looking forward to in the spring in Germany? Just traveling everywhere. I just want to go other places. I feel like we've done a lot of traveling in Germany, like a lot more than we had planned to. And we were going to go to Italy in, oh man, when was that? October, September or something, when we could, and we just didn't, and I regret it. So traveling and going to like nature parks and all that, because it's just beautiful here and I want to explore. Also, I have been kind of keeping track of all the little historical places I want to go see, so I want to start checking that little list off as well. But that is everything. That definitely was longer than I thought it would be, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know if y'all have any additional questions down below. I will keep track of them for my next Q&A, which promise will not be for at least a few months. But yeah, that is everything. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you are new, again, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and join the family. We're growing, like I said, so that's very good. And yeah, that's everything. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.